Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel once again. This video will be specifically about how we can edit the list view and how we can change the value and we can save the value into Firebase database. Without wasting much time, let's jump into the code. If you are new to my YouTube channel or for the first time you are watching my content, then please consider subscribing to this channel, share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefit from this video. So let's start what we need to do in this video. First of all, I'm going to add another button as view users to view the list of users that we have already created or we have already inserted into our Firebase database. So just go to this sign up page and find for sign up button. Just below to this sign up button, I'll add another button which will be a button that will be called view users, and it will take me to the list page that we have created. Instead of adding every time, we can go to that particular page by redirecting. Let me just show you how we can do that. Navigator, that push context, and this root name should be our page name, like home. Go to home.page, and here you can see route name is there. Now go and home, add like home dot route name. Just a second, home dot push name route, and inside this route name go and type home dot route name. When I save and run this page, you saw users button appeared. Now let's click on this one. Now it took me to the user list page. In this user list page, we can edit in two ways. Either by clicking on edit page, we can redirect to the sign up page and populate those value and modify here, and either save or update so that the value can be updated in our Firebase database. Otherwise, we can also do another thing is that when you click on edit button, instead of going to the sign up page, we can show a model, bottom sheet model, where we will have three fields: name, email and password. There we will change the value, and we can save or we can update those records. So let's try with the second approach, which I think it's good, because in most of the app you'll get a pop-up box or model box to edit the fields or any name, some kind of attributes, some kind of features might have been provided in that app. So we will show a model box and we will try to save those records. So let me go to the home page and quickly create a box. So before that, let me convert this one into a stateful widget. So I'm going to create a method with the name so model box. So bottom sheet, so model bottom sheet. Here you can see builder is there. This builder function will actually accepts build context in the context, and it should return an widget which will be visible to the user when he clicks it. So let me go to this container and give a height of suppose 120 and width of 300, suppose 200 as of now, and color to colors dot green, to just to check whether our model box is working or not. Give another comma and format it. So model box should be inside the edit button, press functionality. Just now I saved it, and now I'm going to click on the edit button. Now you can see at the below, at the bottom of this screen, we have a model sheet or bottom model sheet which you can see, and with the green color with height of 120 something, which is 120. Now let's increase the size to some extent. While developing any Flutter app, if you want to make your app responsive, then keep one thing in mind, that media query dot size dot length of like width or the height will be always specific to your device screen width or size. As width or height, it will automatically calculate this width of the mobile device or the any kind of device, maybe tab or any size of mobiles. So let me just show how you can do that. Media query dot of context dot size dot height. So instead of hardcore data, you can give in this way. Now multiply with 3 or 400. Let me save and see how it's going to look. 400 or 500. See, the height of this model sheet bottom is increased. Similarly, I can do this for width as well. Media query dot of dot size dot width, and it has to be 0.9, means it should be the total width of the device. Okay, now our model sheet is ready. Inside the model sheet, what we want to do is we want to have the field like email, then name and password. In our sign up page, we have already created this email field and password field and the name field. Let's just copy and paste it over there. So let me just copy the whole container which holds not till here. Okay, just let me copy the whole one, and inside the container create another child which will be a container type, and here it should not be sign up. We'll create another method to update, and there I see one error and email controller and name controller. So the controller should be present in this page as well. So let me go to here and copy all these things, and create a dispose method. Dispatch method will be used to release the resources of text controller, or whatever the controller you are creating, it will release the resources. Just go here and copy paste. Now the errors are gone. Let's save and rerun this application and click on edit button. You can see name, email, password, sign up and view edges. So let's remove this view edges button from here, and from sign up button to change it to update, and let's change the background color from green to somewhat teal. It is one of my favorite color. Let's make it white only. Let's remove this color and see how it will be looking. Okay, it's quite good, not that much bad. So in name and email and password, we need to fill the data automatically when we click on the edit button. So for that, what we can do is we can pass the value from for that what we can do is we can pass the value from here on in. For that, what we can do is we can pass the value when we click the show model box or the edit icon and set the value there itself, or else we can here manually set the value. How we can do that? Let me just show you. I'm copying this controller and I'm going to paste it here. Instead of dispose here, let me, in name controller I will set this value. Okay, name controller dot text and paste name. Similarly, for email, let me paste email and change this email controller dot text. Paste email, sorry, name and change this to password. Here dot text. Now save and rerun this application. Now when you click on this edit button, the data will be populated automatically. You can see anand@gmail.com. Once you click outside of this bottom sheet model, it will close automatically. Let me click on this second row. You can see Ajit and all. What we need to do next is that when you click on this update button inside the bottom sheet model, we need to update this particular record in our Firebase database. For to do so, what we need to do is we need to go to the small show model box, and there we have one button called update. From here we need to call that update functionality. Either you can directly write that code to update in Firebase, or you can create another separate method which will handle the update functionality. So as of now, we can directly code it here, as we do not have that much business logic, and for learning purpose we are doing. I'll just write the code here. So for that, what we can do, Firebase firestore.instance to refer to our particular collection, and in this instance we have the collection method which will refer to our collection names. In our case, it is users name. To update your record, you need to have the document ID which will be used to update our particular row record. If you are aware of any SQL database, then in column we will be having any particular ID based on which we update, like in where clause. So for that, we in Firebase it requires doc method is there which will accept document ID to update a particular record. In our case, if I just take you to our file store, it should be Firebase setup. In users, you can see these are the document ID which will be unique for each document, and if I want to change the document value, then I need to use this to update the record. So let me go to our code and see how we can get the document ID. When you click the show model button or the edit button, we can pass here the document ID, doc ID, and go to show model box where it is called, and from here you can get the document ID. This dot ID will give you this particular document ID 7LUT68 and the M5X7. X7, whatever will be available there. So it will give me that document ID. Now let's go to this show model box, and here I'll pass that doc ID, and this file store instance dot collection dot users dot doc, and passing the doc ID can get ID. Now what you need to do is we need to call the update method, and to update your method you can pass you can either update a particular column or particular field value. Let me just show you. Either you want to update the email or name or password, or you can update all the three fields at a time. So for to do that we need to just write that name, and here we have name controller. We set the name in the previous step, and text and email controller text, and finally the password. Uh, Now our update functionality is ready. Let's save it and go to our emulator, and now our application is loaded because Flutter is the whole trailer. So if you just save it, it will load automatically. Now let me go to this second row, and here it is Ajit. So I'm going to change it to Vijay, and the email also I'm going to change it to, sorry, there is a spelling, Vijay at gmail.com. Vijay. Now if I go and hit click on the update button, it will save. See, this record has been updated, but you couldn't know whether it is updated or not, because we had name as Ajit and email as ajit at gmail.com, and the password was ajit at 123, and there is no other Ajit value, so it is updated. Here what we should have done is, after updating, we should have cleared this field and close this bottom sheet model. For that, what we can do is, let me go to the code, and here after updating, what we can do, inside this method, then method, just clear all the field values which is set before step, like you just clear it, like you just clear it by just giving empty string here, and if you want to close this model button, then what we can call is, or what we can use it, navigator dot off context, then pop method is used to go back to the previous screen. Suppose let me save and rerun it. Now you can see this record has been automatically updated. So I'm going to change Ramesh and Suresh. Let's click on the update button. See, Ramesh and Suresh is updated, and it closed automatically. So this is how we can update our Firebase data with Flutter, and it's very easy, and you don't need to write that much lines of code. It will be in few lines your job will be done. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please consider subscribing to this channel so that you can learn from my experience, as well as you can share your experience to build a better community in Flutter. Thank you so much for watching my video once again.